Hi, beautiful.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I won't say I haven't quit crying, but there's less tears and more observing and learning. And
But you're still going to have those waves of healing, like layers of an onion, right? That nobody escapes, not even me as a therapist or a psychic medium. When I have lost loved ones, I still have meltdowns. I still miss them. I still cry. But it does seem that when you realize that they're right beside you every day and that you can communicate with them and they do send messages back
oh
to
my gosh,
you through amazing ways, it does just help you realize that it's not a forever thing.
I tell the world about you.
Thank
I do.
you.
I do.
Thank you. Well, I'm honored to do the work with you and along your journey, and
Thank you.
and to do readings for you and connect you with Monique. And I tell people all the time that it's not that you can't receive the messages that I receive. It's just sometimes you're in pain or you just want to hear instead of work hard, right? To hear them, you just want to hear what they have to say. And it's easier for somebody like myself who can just be the messenger and just allow you to receive versus you doing the work. I do the work for you to communicate.
Do that.
Yeah, to communicate the message is so much easier, right? Let me do the work for you. I can just be the messenger, and it allows you just to sit and receive, which sometimes that's just what you need. It's just to receive.
Yes. And I know she's waiting to talk to me.
She is. I can feel her. So let's jump in.
Okay.
I want you to close your eyes and cross everything while I connect with her.
Okay.
Okay, just take a deep breath and relax. So I just ask that the highest light and vibration surround us. I ask that any and all information be made abundantly clear and come through with the highest vibration for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so immediately she says, "Look how beautiful my mom is. Did you get your hair done recently?" She's asking.
I did. Oh my gosh.
She's asking if you got your hair done recently because she loves it. Yeah, she's acknowledging that. I feel like maybe she was even with you when you did it. She definitely wants to come through with that validation to just say, she says, "You rock red hair, Mom."
Oh my God, I love you.
Yeah. So, she's
wow.
And she's saying too, she feels it's very important for you to upkeep your look so that you can feel good about yourself, so that you can just feel a newness that, any woman who gets their hair done feels great afterwards.
Yeah.
She's just validating that for you, saying that she knows that the last 22 months have taken a toll on you physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And she really wants you to do that more often so that you can pamper yourself and do some self-care. She's saying that you took care of her so much and you tended to her needs so much during the time where she couldn't even brush her hair or maybe brush her teeth, and you were just loving her through that. She's bringing that up to let you know that made her feel so good. She's playing that song, I Feel Like a Woman, like by Shania Twain, I think that is. She's just saying that because you did things for her that she couldn't do for herself during that time, and she needed it. She's like, Mom, when you can't take a shower or bathe yourself for days and you just feel gross, and then you feel so much better. And so she's honoring when you did that for her, and she's saying she's with you. you when
She's
you
so
do that
sweet.
for you.
Oh,
And,
tell her
and
thank you. Because we
yeah,
had
so
some wild nights. I would even get in the shower with her, you know?
yes, well, that's why she's saying you did it for me. Like you don't know how appreciative she
Oh,
was of that, and you need people to do that for you, and that's why she's bringing that up.
how sweet. I know I started back to my Zumba class and I go,
Oh, you did?
I push myself 2 nights a week. I
Okay,
come
that's
home,
great.
I
That's
come
great.
home going, how did I do 50 squats in that one song? And I
That
can hear him when he's
that is a
laughing.
lot of squats.
Really? Really, Mom? Do you really think you can? I mean, I can hear her laughing. I
Yeah,
go,
she's
crazy.
enjoying those times with you. You know, she says she's with you always when the heaviness hits, when you're having the
Oh,
meltdowns, right? And when you're missing her. But what she really, and she's loving you, she's showing me just lifting you up during those times, whether you can feel her or not. She says, I'm doing the heavy lifting, mom, at that time. And I get to give it back to you when you had to do the heavy lifting for me.
oh,
And
bless her
so,
heart.
but she's really emphasizing that she's enjoying being around you when you're doing kind things for yourself, because she gets to feel your love and your vibration raise instead of it be so heavy during the grieving parts. And she's just wanting you to know right now that she enjoys those moments. Like
Oh, thank
yeah,
you.
she really needs those moments. She needs to see you in those moments, is what she's saying, because when you feel better, she feels better, is what she's saying.
Oh, oh, that's beautiful, Sean. Thank you.
And I don't think people in your situation often realize how important it is for self-care, not just for you yourself, but your loved ones on the other side. It's like a treat for them when they get to be a part of you having compassion for yourself. It's something that raises their vibration too. So it's not just for you, it's for them too. And they know that during the first couple of years, and maybe even 3 to 4 years, it's so hard on you.
Yeah.
They miss the sweet moments to share with you, just like
Oh,
when you're living and you're grieving, you miss those sweet moments that you got
yeah.
to spend with it. And she's trying to say to you right now, I miss those too. And the only way I
Oh,
can experience them moving forward is when you take care of yourself and you have those laughter moments, or the Bon Jovi song moments, or the getting your hair done and taking care of you. She's like, I am so right there with you. And it gives me a kind of a spiritual boost when
oh,
she is right there with you. So she's really loving you right now. Like I can feel she's taking time right now to come through for you, to love you, love the fact that you're loving yourself, and to acknowledge that for you.
oh, thank you. Thank you. Because, every time I go get the nails done, we always went together, or the
Yes.
hair done, we went to
Well,
get,
and I think that's why she's saying that, because she can't physically be here to get it done for herself. She can't physically be here to do it with you. But what is she's being very clear right now in saying, but mom, when you go do that, I can be with you. Like
yeah.
she tags along, and she doesn't get to do that until you do that. Right.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And so
I'll
she's
sit
like,
there
can
and
you do that more? So because she's
I know
like,
she would go like every week if she could.
yes, and that's what she's saying. She's like, I don't get to enjoy seeing you do you until you go do you. She's like, I have to wait until you
And
go
I
do
keep pushing it
you
off. Yeah.
until I can follow along. And what her let me see if I can explain this correctly. What she's saying is she gets a thrill and can feel the love from you when you're loving yourself. That's what she's saying.
Oh,
She's like, I
oh,
can't be there physically to do it for me, but when you do it for you, you're also doing it for me. And
Oh,
so
that's cool.
she's like, it's a little different dynamic than when we used to go together and both of y'all would get your nails
Right,
done.
right.
But it doubles up when you do it for you. She automatically gets the love vibration from you, and it
Oh,
lifts her. Yeah, that's what she's
that's
saying.
awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
Monique.
Well, and I think she's speaking to everybody when she, or for everybody when she says this, is when you're grieving, you don't realize that when you choose to take care of you, your loved ones in spirit actually benefit from it. It's like they can feed off your energy, your
Uh-huh.
vibration, and they can just sit in love for you when you're loving yourself. When you're grieving, they can't, they sit in love for you, but it doesn't raise their vibration. When,
Wow.
yeah, when you're grieving, it puts them into a mode where they have to lift you up, which is fine. But they
Wow.
would rather be in the mode when they're enjoying loving you and seeing you love yourself. It's like they get a double whammy of high vibration. And that's why typically they'll come through in readings like this one and say, I know you're grieving, but as soon as you move past the heaviness and start moving into taking care of you, they can be around you in a higher, lighter, loving, more vibration than when you're grieving.
Uh-huh.
And they can send you messages faster, easier, more abundantly. You can hear them, feel them more when you are at a higher vibration. And so those are the moments they wait for. Okay. Those are the moments where you're not having to walk through the quicksand of depression, sadness, tears, missing them. Because in those moments, their only job is to lift you up. And that's
That's
what they're
so
working
awesome.
double time for. But when you're not in those moments and you're actually laughing or not grieving, not even when you're not thinking about them, but when you're enjoying life, they can swoop in super fast and they could just be like, oh, let me be with you when you're doing your hair or your nails. And it kind of like supercharges them, if you believe it or not, it
I
does.
do. I do. I believe everything you say. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And so she's really putting some emphasis today. It's like she doesn't want to stop talking about it. And you can see
Oh,
it's because it excites them, right? Like it, I mean, if there's anything that you could do for your loved ones across the veil, what it would be, this is so important to hear. What it would be is doing you.
wow.
That brings them the most joy because they don't have to work to lift you up. You're lifting yourself up and they can just enjoy the ride with you. And so a lot of people will ask me, what do they need? Do they need me? Are they happy on the other side? The best thing that you can do, one of the biggest gifts that you could give to them, is taking care of yourself, because they don't have to work on the other side. Then they can just enjoy the ride with you.
You know, it's so unreal that you mentioned that she appreciated how I cared for her and everything, because I was thinking, did she really
Realize or
appreciate?
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And then you come right out with that. And I was thinking that last week, and I was like, and we used to laugh because she sometimes she couldn't get in the shower and I would have to help hand bathe her, and she'd always say, make bubbles. So I get these big bubbles going and we would blow them at each other and we would laugh and laugh and laugh. And that's what I was thinking of. And I thought, I wonder if she thinks of that, or, you know.
Yeah, she absolutely does and did, and
Yeah.
really appreciated the heavy lifting, like she said, that you did.
Oh, I'd do it all over again. That's so cool.
Yeah, she she just thinks you're the best. Like
Oh,
she loves you so much.
really? Honest,
Oh
Sean?
yes.
Oh.
Yeah. She doesn't want to stop doting on you. I'm sure you have questions today for her, but she's like,
No, I just
just
love,
wants to sit in
I
this
need,
love right now, like the love that's coming through. That's all she wants to do.
Oh, she knows I need that. I thank you. I swear you're reading my heart.
Well, I'm the messenger, and she's attached to your heart. She's in your heart. She is your heart. And everything that I say, she's asking me to say to you.
Oh,
You know,
that's
she's just
beautiful.
she's loving you through the computer. And they can do that. They don't have to be right there by your side. They don't, I mean, they can love you through the ethers, because their pure consciousness and their messages and their love and their vibration have no bounds. And so a lot of people will ask me, well, God, can you do it on Zoom? And I tell them I can do it via text message, email, Zoom, you name it, in person. It doesn't matter, because they have no bounds.
Wow.
Right? I mean, I just have to have a voice to be able to say to you what they're saying. But what is so cool, and you're probably experiencing this now, is so I'm telling you the words, but you're feeling it in here.
Oh,
right?
yes,
Right? And
yes.
this is how mediumship heals the heart. Okay, the words and counseling and all that help you understand, when you can wrap your head around whether it's grief or communication in spirit or whatever. But when you have a session and they come through and they validate that you got your hair done recently, they say,
That's a trip.
Mom, the heavy lifting, and you just had that thought or conversation yesterday, like, they come through for me to say that. And as they're coming through, you're hearing her words, right? But you're also feeling it here in your heart.
Yes.
And no amount of just traditional counseling can do that. Right?
It's
You
amazing.
hear traditional counseling helps the mind, but when she's coming through and you're hearing the words, and then they have a special way of letting you feel it in your heart too, that I can't do for you. Okay, I can't do that. But like you said, you're reading my heart. Yeah. This is because she is coming through energetically through my words, and energetically that hits your heart, that only they can do.
That's amazing.
They're the only ones that have the ability to do that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I can speak to you all day long and make you feel good by the things I say, right?
Yeah.
But she can come through, and the message she's giving you, it's almost as if it's attached energetically to love neutrons, and it infuses in your heart, and you're hearing me, but you're also feeling something too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And that science can't explain that. I can't explain that. I can't command that. The only person who can give that to you is your loved one in spirit, because they have a special ability. It's kind of like a God's gift, God's special ability that is infused in their message that goes directly to the heart. It's powerful.
I just feel so good right now. I do.
Yeah, it's like a spiritual massage, kind of like a healing. Well, I mean, it's like the healing of the heart that, you know, when I say that, it doesn't mean you'll never miss her or feel pain, but in the moment where you can feel the healing coming from her, the love, it makes it all better, because you don't feel like she's dead, or that she's over there, or she's untouchable, or that you're not connected, right? It's a love that you can't explain.
I can't believe you said all those things. I mean, I can believe it, but it's just like, wow, because I was thinking all those things last week and wondering, and then she pops right out with that.
And this is, I'm not going to say this is not a typical reading, but this is the reading, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the type of reading that you wait for, because right, or that you want, or you really desire. It's a true loving moment.
Yes.
About making you realize and feel and understand that she's right here with you. A lot of people schedule readings to have specific answers and questions. But to me, this type of reading, which I don't get to see very often because people in your situation really have more questions. This type of reading is really more about you needing to be loved, her knowing that you needed to be loved, and
Yes.
you allowing her just to spend 20 minutes here loving you.
I
Like
know.
that,
Like
that's all
when you
she's
said
doing
she
right now is
loves
loving you.
you. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I need to hear that. I mean, she tells me all the time she loves me, but to have you, the messenger, show her, it's like, wow.
Well, and when you will, you know, people who schedule a reading, when they allow the medium just to deliver the message so that you can receive, like I said, you're not working right now, you're just receiving. When you're in a position and a vibration of just receiving, your loved ones can come through and just shower you.
And she is.
Yeah. And, even though you're grieving and you're missing her, you've raised your vibration enough, right?
Oh, I just want to shout to the world.
Exactly. Okay. So if you were having a meltdown and crying, she would have not been able so easily to come through with this message of just love, because she would have been trying to make you feel better.
Right.
Well, you already feel neutral
Okay.
right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now she could just come through and love you, which is truly what you need.
Yeah.
I mean, when anybody's grieving, what they need is love. But when they're in pain, your loved one works on trying to make you feel better, and then they can come down and really give you the love. But when you do the work on yourself, which you have done, and it's hard work, right? But when you can just raise yourself to feel okay or neutral or just in receiving mode, do you see how much
It's
more
awesome.
sweeter?
Oh
Yeah,
my
it
gosh.
is.
I mean, I've never had a reading like this. I know I've had several with a
Yes.
lot of questions and this and that, but this one was like, she just like, okay, I'm taking control and telling you that I love
Yes.
you.
Yeah, she's just loving you. Like,
Oh,
and she's coming through with specifics to let you know she was there with you last week, there with you in the past few days. But her energy, what I feel, is so light and happy and just peaceful. And it's because I think she's not having to do the heavy lifting for you right now. Not that she won't have to next week. You might have a meltdown, and
yep.
she'll be there. But
Once
right
a week,
now,
but
but right now she's just allowing to do what she wants to do, which what they all want to do, which is just come through and go, Mom, I'm so glad you're taking care of yourself, and I was with you during this day, and yes, that song was fun, and yes, I heard your thoughts the other day, and I totally honor them and appreciate them. And that's the feeling she's giving me today.
that is just beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.